Hello and welcome to the Plant-Based Revolution podcast with your host, myself, Neil Damrell from My Lifestyle Coach. Thank you very much for joining me on another episode of the podcast, and thank you very much for listening every week. I really appreciate everybody tuning in, and like I said before, listeners are growing month on month, so it really fills me with a lot of joy and passion to continue putting out content for all you listeners out there. Again, what I do ask, if you haven't done so, I'd love to if you get some feedback, so send us a message on Instagram or Facebook, or feel free to lend a review on iTunes. I'd love to get your feedback on whether you're enjoying the show and what would you like to know more about the show, and any guests maybe you'd like to recommend that we can see if we can get on the show in the future. So on to today's episode, and today's episode is a snippet from the Plant Powered Show that goes live actually weekdays, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday every week at 9 PM Greenwich Mean Time here in the UK. And this is a snippet from the episode I did the other week, which was talking about how you can burn 750 calories extra a week without doing any exercise. So this is a really good episode that I think you should listen to. It's a big topic that I'm really passionate about, talking about movement and the importance of just standing during the day. So like yourself, or like me actually, and most people generally in the UK, or even if your job is predominantly sedentary, most people in this working world are spending too much time sitting down. So like I've said, if your job is sedentary, you're sat at a desk in an office all day, if you commute to work, driving to work, and if you're in bed for 8 hours a day, it can potentially add up to around 20 hours a day that you're sat down and not doing any exercise. And research has shown that even if you go for a run tonight for half an hour, it's not going to offset 8 hours of sitting down. And the risks of you increasing your chances of heart disease, breast cancer, etc. over a 10 to 20 year period, so over your working lifespan, are going to significantly increase if you're sitting down for too long. So check this episode out. It's going to be really helpful in terms of how you can burn those extra calories just by standing up throughout your day, and tips to how you can go about doing that. And let us know how you get on. Do you find that you sit down too much at your working day? Does that frustrate you? How can that, how can you go about improving it? Do you want any tips of how you can improve that? Then feel free to get in touch and we can help you out. But really take note of this episode. It's a nice short episode, to the point, and hopefully you enjoy it, and hopefully it will inspire you to move more during your working day and maybe stand up a bit more as well. And the benefits that I've had from doing it myself over the last 4 or 5 months, it's been massive, so hopefully you can enjoy the same benefits that I've experienced in the future. So on to today's episode, so I'm just going to head over to my live broadcast that I did the other week from the Plant Powered Show on how to burn 750 extra calories a week without doing any exercise. Okay, so thank you very much for joining me again for the Plant Powered Show. Hope you've had a great week. It's Wednesday. Shouldn't be Hump Wednesday because life is great. You should be racing every day. Shouldn't be trying to focus on the weekend. Enjoy the day as it is. So today I'm just going to give you, it's more of a workout Wednesday that I kind of talk about on a Wednesday. So giving you the tips and hints and workouts that you can do to lose weight and sustainably keep that off for life. So what we're going to talk about tonight, just bring you in closer. I'm not going to do a live workout for you today. I'm just going to do some pre-recorded workouts in the future. But today is going to be talking to you about how you can lose 750 calories extra a week without doing any exercise. So do you want to know about that? I'm sure you do, because it's going to be an amazing formula for you. So the simple thing that you can do to burn 750 calories a week without doing any exercise, number one guess, I'm just going to tell you straight out, is standing on those 2 feet of yours and not sitting down. Okay, so if you think about your day in a daily basis, we're going to be sitting down for pretty much 20 hours over the course of a 24-hour period. So you're in bed for 7 hours, 8 hours a day, then you get up, sit down for breakfast, then you go to work, sit down on your way to work, then you get to work, then you sit down for work, sit down at breakfast. You're probably spending, only probably a few hours, maybe 4 to 5 hours a day, getting up, walking around to the toilet, getting some food, etc. like that. So you're not actually spending enough time moving that body of yours. You need to be spending more time on your feet. Bodies aren't designed to be sat down, they're actually designed to be moving, and the more movement you can do on a daily basis, honestly, you're going to be burning far more calories than you actually give credit for. So I'm going to break this down. So if you stood up more throughout your day, so the risk factors really generally, if we look at the risk factors first, will be if you sit down for 5 hours a day over the course of 20 years, that has a potential risk of increasing your chances of heart disease, diabetes, breast cancer. It's also going to shorten your life by 3 to 4 years. The research is out there that highlights that if you're not moving as much, you're actually increasing your risk of heart disease, diabetes, and reducing your chances of living a fuller and longer life. So you shorten your life years. So in order to change that, all you need to do is stand up for a minimum of 3 hours a day out of your 5-hour day. And if you do that, that'll be the equivalent of burning an extra 750 calories a week if you stood up for 3 hours a day, 5 days a week. If you did that all year round, that is equivalent of running 10 marathons a year, or in terms of calories, that is. So you'd be burning on average 30,000 calories over the course of a year, which equates to roughly 8 to 10 pounds that you would lose. So that is 2 pounds for every kilo, at least 5 kilos just by standing up. You're not doing anything else. You're not changing your diet. You're not doing any exercise. You're just standing up, and that's going to help burn more calories. This also helps to regulate your sugar levels. So if you've just eaten, the best thing to do is actually stand up after your lunch, go for a walk. That will help regulate sugar levels more efficiently rather than sitting down. Also, if you guys are quite interested in running, triathlon, etc., you're going to be spending most of your time sat down, which is deactivating your glute muscles, and you want to spend more time standing up, engaging your core, engaging your glutes, because if you are going for a run of an evening, unfortunately that's not going to offset 8 hours of sitting down. And also you're going to be trying to fire your glutes up when you go for a run, but unfortunately they've been dormant all day because you've been sat on your ass all day and not actually engaging them. So it's so important to focus on standing more to improve the engagement in your glutes and your core, and not rely too much on your hamstrings when you're running, and also focus on maybe standing less and sitting more. So it's just a little role reversal, and my advice is trying to think how you can add that into your day gradually. So a lot of places, offices I visit now, do have the option for a standing desk, so take that option, try and embrace it. Don't have to stand up all day, but just try and get used to standing a little bit more as your day goes on. Just as if you were going to go and run a marathon, you're not going to run a marathon straight off the bat. You're going to run a mile at a time and build up that endurance in your legs gradually, a mile at a time. So same with just standing regularly. Start off with an hour a day and build up to maybe 3 to 4, maybe all day long, depending on how you're getting on, how quickly you want to progress. Also, when you think about standing and also walking more, that is one of the biggest culprits that we as a species do not do enough. So everything is geared in our lives to have the route of least resistance. So today I was walking through London into the tube, and everybody was queuing to get up the escalator because they didn't want to walk the stairs that were down the middle. I was the only one walking the stairs, and that is the biggest problem we have in society right now, is that we are taking the easy route every single time and expect things going to happen for us on, just by doing absolutely nothing. So key factors, I would say, if you can walk up those stairs, research has shown that you would burn 1 calorie for every step you take. So if you're walking a flight of stairs that are 20 steps, you're going to burn 20 calories. Might not seem much, but say you have, that set of stairs in your office and you have to walk that maybe 2 or 3 times a day. Say if you do it 4 or 5 times a day, then that's 100 calories you're burning off. That is going to be maybe a couple of biscuits you're burning off just by walking up those stairs. So that's how you got to look at it, people. You got to look at it in a really positive and logical way, that those little things are going to add up over the course of a week, a month, a year, as opposed to thinking I just need to burst my ass in the gym and try and burn as many calories as I can in an hour's session, when realistically you're probably not going to burn as many as you realistically think you're going to, because ultimately an hour gym session, most people, depending on the intensity they're going to work out, is maybe 500 calories, 300 to 500 calories. And in truth, most people underestimate how many calories they actually do burn in the gym, and actually overestimate how many calories they burn in the gym, and also underestimate the calories that you consume. So all the things you can do on a daily basis to try and move more is going to help you burn more calories naturally throughout the day. And then all those other added extras, going to the gym and being more consistent, then it's a great thing that you can do to try and add into your lifestyle over a period of time. And once you get into better exercise habits, you find you'll be more energized because you've been more active generally throughout the day as well. So that is the key, guys, to burning an extra 750 calories a week just by standing up 3 hours a day, 5 days a week. So are you going to embrace it? Are you going to stand up more? If you want more information about how you can do that, just get in touch, email me, message me. I do have links that I can send you to the standing desk that I use if you are sort of a mobile worker and you don't have a fixed environment. Then it's a great investment, something I'll definitely recommend. If you're in the US, you can get it from the US, which is a great purchase. Also, if you are looking to get a standing desk at work, try and speak to your bosses, see if you can get a standing desk added in to your office environment, so you've got the option of being standing up more. It's going to help the environment, it's going to help everybody in the office be more efficient, and everyone's going to have the energy to be more productive because they're standing up more. So key is moving more, stand up more, every opportunity you get to stand. If you do not have the ability to walk up the stairs or take the lift because you have to take the lift because you're physically unable, then that's what it's designed for. But if you have the legs, embrace what you have, be thankful that you do have the opportunity to walk up a flight of stairs and you don't have to have any assistance, and use those stairs like they were designed for. Do not take the route of least resistance. If you continue to do that, you'll never achieve the results that you want to achieve. So even though it might not seem much, walking up that stairs today put me out of breath. There's a little bit of a little workout, and honestly it's going to be a great benefit to you if you're taking the same route to work day in, day out, walking further each day, taking a step further away from the tube station that you might get off, get off a few steps earlier, always hit stairs in your office. All these little things will add up over the course of a week, a month, a year. And if you think about, like, if you're standing up for years and years on end, how much more that's going to add to your life as opposed to if you were sitting down for years and years and years. So rule is stand up and keep moving. Okay, so hope you've enjoyed another episode of the Plant Powered Show. Thank you very much for joining me on Facebook and Instagram, and I hope you're going to stand up more tomorrow. Take that on board, and maybe see you tomorrow for the final episode of the week for Thursday. Maybe talking about some mindset strategies that you can implement to help you achieve your goals. And hope you've enjoyed Wednesday. If you've got any questions, then please get in touch. If you liked this video, if you liked the Plant Powered Show, then don't be afraid to send us a like and give us a big thumbs up, and also share with other people that you feel would enjoy the show as well. So thank you very much again for joining me, and we'll see you again tomorrow.